With trauma, people have this idea that trauma is specifically related to these horrific things that happen to you, typically like single events or multiple single events where people's lives have been in grave danger. There's the threat of injury, the threat of death, and that's typically associated with classic kind of post-traumatic stress disorder. The way that that differs from what we would call complex trauma is more about relational trauma. It's more about environmental failure. So for a child growing up in an environment where no one's really meeting their needs, they don't feel safe with the people that are raising them, that is the most traumatic thing. So we start to lower the threshold for what trauma is. So what that means is that as they grow up, they assume that for them to be okay, they have to deny themselves the ability to have needs and really focus on every single other person. They become preoccupied with everyone else's experience, even if it puts them at a deficit or it's detrimental. And for a lot of people, they have this idea or this deeply rooted belief that if I am who I am, then I'm going to be alone and people are going to abandon me, just like they always did when I was younger. So the way that we start working with that is we really start to become more in touch with our authentic self and start to understand that people do want to be around me if I'm authentic and I can actually express my needs and people actually want to support me even though the people of my past didn't want to.